Big Brother 27-foot fan favorite Keanu Soto says Ashley made the biggest move of the season to win his vote. Exclusive. The America's Favorite Player winner also responds to critiques that he played with a gender bias. If there's one thing Big Brother fans love, it's an underdog. And, while Keanu Soto is more used to helming dire wolves in D&D, he took on the role well during his 77 days in season 27. Granted, much of the damage he was taking was self-inflicted. Keanu not only gamed hard in the first couple of weeks, but also ended up getting into conflicts with some of the most fiery personalities in the house in Jimmy Heagerty and Reilly. But regardless of who put him in that corner, he was resolute to make sure he did not stay there. Despite being the house target for the first month of the game, Keanu showcased his specialty in competitions. Between a veto win on his behalf from Casey Clark, 2 vetoes of his own, and a blockbuster, he avoided facing an eviction vote he surely would have lost. During his weeks of safety, he attempted to strengthen his respective relationships with Rachel and Vince Panaro, which only grew more complicated by the day. When the former winner got taken out in a sudden twist, Keanu went all in on the mustache man. Unfortunately, he realized the dangers of hiring the unemployed Vince as a number one ally, as she betrayed Keanu for the umpteenth time by nominating him at the final 5, leading to his eviction. About 2 weeks ago, Keanu walked out of the Big Brother house, devastated. His chances of winning had been destroyed. Little did he know, though, that he was destined for a different prize. Returning to the stage to cast his vote for Ashley Hollis to win, he was surprised to find out he had beaten out Rachel and Clifton Williams for the America's Favorite Player prize with a commanding 65% of the vote. While not a lot of people in the house seemed to love Keanu, evidently, it seemed America did. Hours after the Big Brother finale, Parade talked with Keanu about his reaction to his commanding win of America's Favorite Houseguest, his response to critiques of gender bias in his gameplay, and why he ultimately struggled to trust Rachel. "You looked surprised, to say the least, when you found out you had won America's Favorite Player, especially with a commanding 65% of the vote. Give me your reaction in that moment." "Yeah, man, wow. That was very nice, very validating, for lack of a better term. Coming in here, I said, winning doesn't mean anything if I have to change who I am as a person to do it. Obviously, I didn't win, but I definitely feel like I did, being validated by so many people voting for me, and just who I am as a person. Man, that felt really, really good. You were, of course, on stage to do a very important job, casting your jury vote. What made you ultimately decide to vote for Ashley? Did it come down to the speeches? Or would you have always voted for her if she were in the final 2? I had said during the jury roundtable that if Ashley was able to win the final hoe and take Morgan out, that would be the biggest move of the season. So that is something that, coupled with the type of game she played, made me want to vote for her. Did you get the sense that would be the case with the rest of the jury as well? Ashley would have won in the route that she did. I think the scenario that would have maybe lost Ashley the game was if Vince won and took Morgan out. If it was Vince versus Ashley in that scenario, coupled with how Vince answered our questions, I would have probably voted for Vince. Let's talk about your time in the jury house. I know you said in another interview that you and Rachel were still getting into arguments. Talk to me about your dynamic that extended into the jury. Oh, man. Rachel and I, we just like to bug each other. I've said it in other interviews and stuff that we have that sibling relationship. She's kind of like my older sister. Even though I have 7 other siblings, I have literally never argued with any of them, not one time. So if I had a sibling that I would argue with, she's it. And I felt every bit of that in the jury house while we were playing games like Clue and things like that. Oh God. As was brought up during a jury segment, the 2 of you talked about the fact that basically everything she would tell you was the truth. But you proceeded to not only not trust the information, but also spread it to other people. Why did you have such a tough time trusting her in the house? Ah, man, I guess kind of up to a certain date. I couldn't give you the exact week. But I want to say that there was a lot of people talking in my ears saying, "Don't trust her. Don't trust her. Don't trust her. And even though I innately did trust her because of getting me to open up about my dad and things like that, I did have a level of trust for her when I was letting people get in my ear, and that would cause me to kind of teeter a little bit on the trusting of her. And then when she nominated Reilly as the renom, that made me feel like I had explicitly told her. I was like, yo, that's really bad for my game. And I respected the move. Did I feel like he needed to go home? Absolutely. He was probably going to be a very good competitor. But I just wish it wasn't at that moment. And I felt like she was not taking my game into consideration in that moment, and it made me not trust her as much, at least in that moment. Then we mended fences, hence the whole frenemy thing. We're friends, we're enemies, we're friends, we're enemies. So I wish I would have listened to her, obviously. But there was a couple little factors there. It wasn't so black and white. What's one secret you won't tell the house guests? I live and breathe Big Brother. I won't tell them I make my own slop. I won't tell them I slept on the floor to train for the have-not room. I won't tell them I built my own balance beam comps, my own wall comps. The most iconic comp in Big Brother, the wall comp? Yeah, I built that. I had that in my backyard. I do it every Wednesday. It's called Wall Comp Wednesdays. Are you a superfan of Big Brother? Dude, oh my lord. I don't even like saying superfan. I am the best fan. I am the super genius, a social assassin and a strategic mastermind here. Yes, I'm a super fan of Big Brother. There is no one more qualified to play this game than me. Bro, I studied the physical, I studied the social, I studied the freaking strategical, man. There's no one that could beat me. There's no one that could out-socialize me. There's no one that can out-strategize me. And if you don't believe it, just watch. You'll see it in time. How will you crush your enemies? It depends. The way I break it down is just 3 stages, early, mid and end. And in the early stages, you want to get rid of people that you can't find similarities with, you don't have a bond with people that you just can't see working long-term or you can't use. Mid-game, you want to take out the comp beast. You want to take them out at jury, but right before Final 6. Because, at Final 6, person could play the veto, right? So you could guarantee your safety all the way to the fight to the end. If you could get out all the comp beat before Fina 6. And plus if you get the copies out in jury, this is so underestimated. Comp beasts tend to favor a good game, right? So when you have the jury full of comp beasts that you've taken out yourself, and you strategically explain to them how you strategically kick them out of the house, I mean, they're gonna respect your game more than someone that may be bitter. I mean, it just depends who you are. But I mean, most likely, I'll do with a smile so that you love me at the end. What makes Big Brother such a successful show? The reason why I love Big Brother, and I think why the fans love coming in, is because the drama, the strategic play. Yeah, honestly, sometimes in Big Brother, we have pretty faces. But to be fair, you could get that anywhere. This is not The Bachelor, this isn't Love Island. This isn't other TV shows. This is Big Brother. This is backstabbing. This is lying. This is strategic manipulation. This is social influencing. You not only have to figure your way out through this social landscape, but you have to also survive. For your survival, you have to vote other people out. You have to sometimes betray your own friend, maybe even your own alliance, to get to the end, you know. So I think what makes Big Brother is the social dynamic. Like I said, finding your way to the social landscape, competing to the physical comps, being strategic with who you get rid of, who you keep by your side, knowing that they could be a wool.